Hello everybody, Pokemon Trainer Rob here, getting started this video with some evolutions that we have. First up we have Spiel. It evolves at level 32 into its second form. There will actually be a third form after this. I believe it still stays Ice Water, doesn't get any new abilities, still has Thick Fat, but it becomes the Pokemon Celio. And we'll be back for its final evolution later. Next up we have Baltoy. Baltoy evolves at level 36. I think once again it's still Ground Psychic, doesn't get any new typings, doesn't get any new abilities, it still has the ability Levitate. But at level 36 it will evolve into its final form, which we have seen before. Tate and Liza actually had it. I don't remember which one specifically, but it becomes a Claydol. And I believe it'll also learn the move Hyper Beam too, so if you can see some practical application of this ability, or this move rather, go ahead and learn it. I went ahead and I think erased Rock Tomb, but you know, Hyper Beam, I wouldn't say it really benefits this Pokemon that much. Doesn't get stabbed or anything. Plus, Hyper Beam's a move you can learn anytime anyway through the appropriate TM regardless. But yeah, that's pretty much that one. Next up we have Shuppet. Interestingly enough, before Shuppet evolves, it actually tries to learn the attack, Feint Attack. So if you want to get a slightly better move that it can use, definitely try to learn that first. And yeah, at level 37... Shuppet will actually evolve. It doesn't get any new typings, doesn't get any new abilities, still has a Insomnia. But it will become its next form, which I don't think we've actually seen at this point. Maybe we have, I don't remember. But Shuppet becomes Bannet at level 37. And with that, we're going to move on to the next Pokemon. We have at level 40. Very big level. This is when the level up evolutions will be starting to get kind of high. But at level 40, Wailmer will evolve into its evolved form. Once again, doesn't get any new abilities. Once again, doesn't get any new typings. The abilities it has is either Water Veil or Oblivious. And it becomes the Pokemon Wailord. The Lord of the Whales, I guess you could say. Next up we have Loudred to its evolution. It evolves at level 40 as well. This is actually an early game Pokemon we've had, and we've been training throughout this entire game. It's kind of cool that we're finally going to get the evolution now. But once again, no new abilities, no new typings. It's still a normal type, still has the ability Soundproof. But at level 40... Pokemon Loudred will become the Pokemon Exploud. And I believe it'll also learn Hyper Beam as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. But yeah, another decently high evolution level. But hey, it's a normal type, so normal type moves will do a lot of damage, and usually normal types have like a lot of leeway with the type of moves it can learn, so... Could be an interesting choice if you do want to raise one up that far. Next up, also at level 40, we have the Pokemon Anorith. The fossil Pokemon that we acquired many parts ago. Been training that on the sidelines, but now it is ready to evolve. Once again, no new abilities, no new typings. Still a Rock Bug, still has the ability Battle Armor, which means that the opponent's moves cannot critically hit. But at level 40, Anorith becomes Armaldo. And finally, we have Iceman, the Snorunt. Snorunt has the ability Inner Focus. It has... it's just an Ice type, I believe. I believe it actually just stays an Ice type as well. But at level 42... it will become the Pokemon Glalie, and it'll also try to learn the ability, or learn the move Hail, if you want to learn that, but I don't think I'm going to end up doing that. And that's pretty much all of the level up evolutions that I have, but there is one more evolution I'm going to showcase to you guys. And yes, I did all of the extra leg work and grind work that was required of this particular Pokemon. But just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and look at my Feebas. As you can see, it has max beauty. I just fed it a bunch of indigo Pokeblocks made from Kelpsy berries. It didn't take me that long to get it either. I'd say it took me about like maybe 10 to 15 of those Pokeblocks, and it was at max beauty, so yeah, it doesn't really take that long. Just going to give it a rock candy to raise it one level, and here it goes. It's going to evolve. So once you level up with a Feebas with max beauty, it will turn into a brand new and more beautiful Pokemon, the Pokemon Milotic. And Milotic looks pretty damn awesome, not gonna lie. It's still the same typing, it's still a water type. It's not like Water Dragon or anything. And it does actually get a new ability. Feebas normally has the ability Swift Swim, which when Rain Dance is in effect, its speed will get doubled. But Milotic has a very interesting skill called Marvel Scale, which means whenever Milotic is inflicted with a status condition, its defense is raised by 50%. So, you know, if a Pokemon tries to paralyze Milotic or poison it, you know, you're essentially just going to be buffing it up a little bit, so you got to keep that in mind. But yeah, those are actually all the Pokemon that I've been working on and raising. There's actually not too many left that I need to fully evolve. I think there are only, like, at this point, only 2. And I think we'll get, like, 2 or 3 more through the course of this playthrough. But after that, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, we're getting pretty close to being done with my Pokedex goal for this playthrough. But there's still lots of stuff to do in this game, so we're not even close to being done. But, yeah, with that, let's go ahead and return to the live footage. Hello, everybody! Pokemon Trainer Rob here. Welcome back to more of the Pokemon Emerald playthrough. Before we get started, you may have noticed during the evolution segment there, but I've given quite a number of nicknames to Pokemon. So I want to just kind of very quickly highlight those very quick, just to kind of show you what we got here. So I'm going to go to, God, I think I actually started here. So I'm going to make this quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But for Seviper, we have Snakes. Just a silly, dumb Home Alone reference. For Chimecho, we have James. I actually didn't know this, but apparently James from Team Rocket has a Chimecho in the anime, so people suggested James. I didn't see any other nicknames that stood out, so decided to go for that. For Nosepass, we have Honker. For Sharpedo, we have Lockjaw, reference to Donkey Kong Country 2. For Cacturne, we have Cactuar, a reference to the Final Fantasy series. For Grumpig, we have Orson, a pig character that's in the Garfield cartoon. Here for Whiscash, we have Kine from the Kirby series. Kind of felt like he had a very kind look to him, so I decided to go with that. For Altaria, we have Bubbles with the, you know, I think the reference was initially like Bubbly. I decided to just go with Bubbles because I think that's kind of a cute name, and also it's, you know, a female as well. We have Florinda, the Tropius, just a dumb reference to the Pokemon anime in the kind of the Kanto arc, I guess. Kind of also a dumb stream meme of mine when I was playing through Kirby and the Forgotten Land as well. So I decided to go for that. For cast form, I went with Meteo because meteorology is the study of weather, so I thought that was kind of a cool shorthand. For Bannet, we have Raoul, named off of a character from Phantom of the Opera. We have Clayton for Claydol, again, made out of clay. That's the one name I could really think of for that. I think we actually already had that named. For Armaldo, I named it Shrimpo for God knows what reason. And for Milotic, I landed on the name Rain because I think that's a beautiful name. And, you know, Feebas evolves with Max Beauty, so I decided to go with a symbol of beauty, so that's why I landed on that. And I believe that is all the nicknames I have for right now. Obviously, I still need nicknames for these three. I still need a nickname for Celio. And of course, you know, there might be some other Pokemon we still have to catch as well, so we'll have to come back for that later. But let's go ahead and actually look at my party for right now before we advance. As you can see, I do have Iceman, the Glalie, in my party as well. Just to kind of showcase what Glalie currently looks like right now. Has the Inner Focus skill, which prevents flinching. It is a Lax nature, which let me go ahead and look at that. Lax is special defense down, but defense up. Which, I don't know, that's probably not the best nature. Nothing really is going on with its attacking strengths, but you know, it'll take physical hits pretty hard. I guess that's the one thing. And yeah, that's pretty much what Iceman is. I gave him the Never Melt Ice to improve his ice moves. He does have two of them. He has Ice Beam and Icy Wind, and also Headbutt and Crunch. Crunch is a very good dark move, so definitely glad to have that on board. But yeah, that's pretty much my team at this current point in time. We are going to go ahead and continue on with our adventure here. But in order to continue on with our adventure, we need to make it all the way down to Route 129. So let me just get my notes here together. Gonna go outside. It is still storming very, very hard. It's probably going to be storming for the next couple of routes. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. Also, I don't have Ringress, so I can't fly. That's a little annoying, but I can just surf, I guess. It's not a huge deal, I guess. It'll take a little bit of time, but that's more than okay. And yeah, I am going to be using Iceman for a little bit, just because, you know, it's an Ice type. I don't have an Ice type on my team just yet. And, you know, Ice is always a good typing to have, I find. Just because, you know, it's good against the Dragon typing. And unlike Generations 1 and 2, there's actually more than just 4 dragons. And, yeah, like, there were only, like, basically the Dragonite family and then Kingdra in Generation 2. In Generation 3, there's actually quite a number of extra dragon types, so, you know, having an ice type is not necessarily a bad idea. So I decided to, at least for the time being, add Iceman to the team. We probably won't get to any dragon types for a little bit anyway, but still, it's good to be prepared. That's what I always say. So yeah, we're going to be surfing all the way down and to the right till we get till Route 129. Oh, this is 126. This is where Sutopolis is. That's okay. We can still kind of get around here. But yeah, notice like when you're surfing through this, like a max repel will not get you through all of the sea routes. That's again just a testament to how big these sea routes actually are. They're freaking huge. They're very freaking huge. So definitely brace yourself when you're going through here. Now you know why IGN gave Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire 7.8s, because there's way too much water. Okay, I think we are on the right route now. Let me just... there are no items here. We really just have some trainers. That's really about it. So let's go ahead and have our first trainer battle here. Say hey, hey! Let's get on with it. He's getting very pumped for being in the middle of the ocean. We have Swimmer Reed has a spiel. I think Iceman should be able to handle this by himself. I'll actually try Crunch first. See how much that does. Not quite. Spiel is actually a pretty tanky Pokemon, so it's not too surprising. But yeah, Roar Beam will not do very much. As you can see, that was actually a critical hit. Not even just normal damage, so not going to do very much damage to him. Next we have Sharpedo. Definitely not going to use crunch on him. Let's just try Ice Beam. I believe Ice Beam is probably the toughest move that it has otherwise. Oh, nice. Oh, that was actually a critical hit, too. It's not very effective, but that critical hit did a lot more than the other one, that's for sure. Okay, I'm beaten. That's it. Done. Well, you gave it your all. That's all you can really say about it. Anything down here? Doesn't seem like it. I don't think there's like any diving patches in this route either. This is a very short route. I think there's like only like maybe like 2 or 3 trainers, and that's it. And there's nothing really else of note, which is kind of funny. This is my first triathlon. I'm all tense and nervous. Well, you know, if you've been practicing, just focus on what you've been practicing, and don't worry about it too much. Okay, we got a Wingle. I do think, once again, Ice Beam. It'll be not very effective, but again, there is a pretty significant level difference. Also, the fact that it's flying kind of cancels out the non-effectiveness, too. Okay, so here we have Staryu. This will be great, because I can just use Crunch. Or actually, I always forget. Okay, yeah, it's Starmie's the water psychic. I think Staryu is just water. Roar, I failed to win. Yeah, I always forget about those like little intricacies about the pre-form not being a specific type, but the evolved form. Okay, so we do have a double battle here. Before we check it out, just want to make sure we do have another trainer up here. I'm in the middle of a triathlon, but sure, why don't we battle? I guess I didn't really go over the other members of my team that I have with me right now. I didn't think it was really that important, I guess. But I'll just highlight them really quick. So I obviously have Sig and Aaron because, you know, they're strong against water types and we'll be dealing with a majority of those out here in the middle of the ocean. I brought Kip because of Surf, even though I could have technically used Monstro as well. And I have Dark Lord just because he's, again, one of the newer types. Decided to give Bowser Girl and Slavko a break because they've been pretty common members of my team throughout this playthrough, so decided to give them a little bit of a snooze break, I guess, but they'll definitely be back. I mean, they're going to be cornerstones of my Elite Four team, that's for sure. I think I've about landed on like the team I want to use for the Elite Four, by the way. So I'll actually kind of have a pretty good idea of who I want to use for that. And for those wondering about like movesets and stuff, I'm not gonna actually do the Elite Four until I have like the exact movesets I want, and then also like I'll go through everything I have and then potentially look for other items that, you know, could give my team the edge in those battles. So even though like I have like current movesets, they will probably not be the final movesets. I'm just going to be waiting until I get ready for that preparation before I switch that stuff to what I want to do. Let's have Iceman and Dark Lord here. Actually, no. We haven't seen Aaron in a while. Let's put Aaron in here. Give Aaron some time in the sunlight. What's the hurry? Let's take it slow and easy. Surfing isn't as easy as it seems, isn't that right? Well, I mean, especially if you're surfing like through like the water, like the ocean like this. I imagine that's got to be kind of difficult, not gonna lie. Okay, so we have Chincho and Sharpedo. Obviously, I want to probably attack Chincho with Iceman, so I'll do that. We do have Thunder, but I think I'm just going to use Spark. Because Thunder, while Thunder's great, it can also be quite inaccurate, so I want to make sure if we can kill it with a Spark, might as well do that, you know? Now, I'm not sure if this will actually destroy this. Nope. I figured it would be a not very effective, but that's fine. Volt Absorb. Oh, that's right. Okay, that was dumb of me. I forgot about that. Spark has Volt Absorb, which means it basically absorbs health with electric moves. So we'll just use Quick Attack instead. We know it doesn't have static or anything, so we can't get harmed by that. So might as well do what comes naturally to us. And I believe that's actually it for this Route 129. It's already over. The next couple routes will go very, very quickly. I'm just going to say that right now. As we hit to Route 130. Now, there is actually something to note about this route, and I'm going to see if this is actually a thing. It is not right now. Route 130 is actually the route that will have the appearance of the Mirage Island. Which, if you remember, there was a Mirage Tower back when we were in the desert. And it's basically a tower that can, like, randomly appear on certain days or certain times. The Mirage Island, this can only appear on this route, 130. And the only thing to note about this route is you can find a rare berry on this route. And it's also a place where you can find Wynaut, like wild Wynaut Pokemon. So if you want to catch a Wynaut or get that berry, check on a regular daily basis to see if this island is here. If it is, you can make use of those things. That's really the only major note of this island. That's really the only thing that you can get from it. But, you know, still pretty significant to mention at the very least. If I have a chance to find the island, I'll definitely show it to you guys, but again, it's going to be a random case, so something we'll have to check pretty regularly to see if it'll appear or not. That shouldn't interfere with like any trainers or anything. As you can see, a lot of open space, and we haven't run into any trainers yet, so just going to check and there's not any items, which there's not. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do about Route 130. There might be like another trainer here, but yep, another trainer. In the deep blue sea, my shattered blue heart finds comfort among waves. Wow, that's very, very deep. Thank you, swimmer Katie. Katie has a golding. But we are also 10 levels ahead of it, so this shouldn't be too hard to win. So yeah, I'm actually really glad that I have Iceman. Iceman will be good against Dragon types. It'll be good against Psychic types because of Crunch. Crunch is like quite literally like the best Dark type move, I think, in this gen. There might be one Dark type move that does like more damage than I'm forgetting about, but you know, Crunch has a really high base damage value output. It also can flinch as well, which is great. So it's just a really great move. It's also very accurate too. I think it just has 100% accuracy or 100 accuracy. Oh shoot, that was a double battle. Oh well. So we could have fought some tougher opponents here. So swimmer Santiago has a Tentacruel. Now Tentacruel is a very, very dangerous Pokemon. Very tanky, very high in defense. And it can put in damage output too, and it also has capabilities of poisoning as well. As you can see with that acid. So you may notice that I've not been using Icy Wind. Icy Wind is less powerful than Ice Beam. But it does have a nice effect where I believe it can actually lower speed, if I'm not mistaken. Not that we really need to do that against a Whalmer, but you know, it's there. Also, yeah, like special defense can get lowered with the crunch as well, which is great. Let's actually try Icy Wind. I also think Icy Wind is less accurate too, so that's another thing you have to look out for. Yeah, doing pretty good, Iceman. Holding his own and like not necessarily fighting Pokemon that he's like super advantaged against either, so doing pretty good for himself. Okay, we are now on Route 131, so yeah, we're actually making some pretty good progress through this section already. Let me just pull this up, look at the trainers we have. Okay, we have some double battle opportunities as well as some other trainers to take down. I'll keep up with this team. Yes, Repel. Keep wearing off. So, Route 131 does have another important distinction. This is actually the route that has the Sky Pillar, which is the place we need to go to next. I'm not going to go directly there, though, because I want to at least make it to the next town so I can heal and do all that other kind of stuff. Because there is a town we will be reaching very soon. Okay, how do I want to do this? Let's see if you can get destroyed by a crunch. Probably not, because I'm imagining Spiel's pretty bulky as well. Frickin' Ice Ball. Okay, Iceman level 44. Got some good stat gains there too, so definitely happy about that. Okay, so if we go up here, I believe up here is where you access the Sky Pillar section. Or at least I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe we're not quite there yet. Okay, Iceman is starting to kind of run out of health, so don't want him to be at the top for too much longer. He can probably last a few more fights. But we have Swimmer Richard with Pelipper. I'm kind of expecting this Pelipper to survive Ice Beam, though. Or not. Okay, never mind. I mean, I guess we do have Never Melt Ice on Iceman, so he's probably putting in some heavy damage there. Plus, I'm not exactly sure of Pelipper's special defense values. Okay, Swimmer Kira have a Sea King that is seeking destruction. Ooh, Flail. Okay, that didn't do as much as I thought it would, so that's good. She's out of her depth, but I don't know, you seem like you're not like sinking into the deep water or anything. But yeah, I believe if you go over here, this is how you access the Sky Pillar. But like I said, we're not going to go there just yet. We have a few more things I want to do on the open seas first. And that will do it for today's video. This has been Pokemon Trainer Rob, and I'll see you guys next time for our next Pokemon Emerald adventure. See you guys then. Later, folks.